Tucker Carlson is back. Yesterday, he posted this video on Twitter making a major announcement and apparently violating his Fox News contract that's going to cost him millions and millions of dollars. So even if you've heard the big news, stay tuned because I'll get into all the details. I'll show you the freak out of the mainstream media. And Brian Stelter is going to weigh in, no pun intended, as well.
You can't have a free society if people aren't allowed to say what they think is true. Speech is the fundamental prerequisite for democracy. That's why it's enshrined in the first of our constitutional amendments. Amazingly, as of tonight, there aren't many platforms left that allow free speech. The last big one remaining in the world, the only one, is Twitter, where we are now. Starting soon, we'll be bringing a new version of the show we've been doing for the last 6.5 years to Twitter. We'll be bringing some other things too, which we'll tell you about. But for now, we're just grateful to be here. Free speech is the main right that you have. Without it, you have no others. See you soon.
As you can imagine, the liberal media is not very happy about this. CNN reports that right-wing extremist Tucker Carlson will relaunch his program on Twitter. When I first saw a screenshot of this floating around social media, I thought, maybe that's a meme, but then on the other hand, CNN is that crazy to actually call him a right-wing extremist. So, being your trusted media analyst, I double-checked and went directly to the source, and it's real. And this is also true from the satire news website, the Babylon Bee, which says unemployed guy's basement selfie video crushes Fox News in primetime ratings, referring to his previous statement that he made last week. And it's still true because his latest video, making the big announcement of his imminent return, has over 7 million views, which is over double the viewership of his former Fox News primetime show. And contrary to popular belief, Fox News technically has not fired Tucker. They just canceled his show. He still is getting paid by the network. He's still under contract by the network and will be under contract until he finally negotiates his exit until January of 2025, which means that Fox News is trying to keep him muzzled and off of any competing network, off from doing any other shows anywhere else through the entire election cycle. So he either has breached his contract or is basically just testing the water in order to use it as leverage to negotiate his exit so that they'll finally let him go. The New York Times says Tucker Carlson's still under contract at Fox, says he will start a show on Twitter. His claim made on Twitter suggests that his negotiations to reach an amicable separation with the network had broken down. This clown, who used to work for CNN but now works for some no-name news network, says that Tucker will forego at least $25 million owed to him by Fox in order to break his non-compete clause. And while that is an unfathomable amount of money for us normal people, not that Tucker is abnormal, but he's in a league of his own, that is only about 1 year's salary for what Fox News was paying him. And Tucker is already, from what I understand, independently wealthy. He inherited a bunch of money from his father. So for him, it doesn't even matter. And Tucker's attorney has broken his silence, accusing Fox News of fraud and breach of contract. So there are definitely some tense negotiations going on behind the scenes to get Tucker free from those golden handcuffs. And not many people outside of the business know this, but me, being your trusted media analyst, I tell you how the machine actually functions behind the scenes. But every single contract between a news agency and one of their reporters or on-air personalities, talk show host, have what's called an arbitration clause, which means that if there is some legal dispute between either of the two parties, that is settled privately in what's called arbitration, which is done by accredited judges and everything, but it's behind the scenes. And normal lawsuits are done in public, and everything that's filed is part of the public record. But in order to prevent their dirty laundry from airing out in public, every single news agency, the fake news agency, includes arbitration clauses in their contracts. So we're not going to know exactly what the details are between these negotiations other than what Tucker Carlson's lawyer reveals. Elon Musk revealed that Tucker has not signed any sort of a deal with him. He's just going to launch his show on Twitter, and Tucker may end up doing ad reads like virtually every other talk show host and YouTuber, or he might just use the new subscriber function, which Twitter has recently launched, where people can basically subscribe for exclusive content on the platform. Now, this is going to be both good and a little bad. Tucker's going to be able to say whatever he wants. He's going to be able to interview whoever he wants. He's not going to have any corporate controllers telling him what he can and cannot say or do. And with Elon Musk loosening the terms of service, he's going to be able to say anything he wants to without having his account penalized, suspended, or banned. But at the same time, Tucker's going to lose a significant portion of his older viewers, the typical Fox News viewer, who, believe it or not, their average age is in their 70s. And no disrespect to the baby boomers, but many of them are not all that tech savvy. I know some of you are. I've met some fans of mine who are in their 80s who watch me, either on their phone or on their laptop or on their desktop. But as you know, many of the baby boomers, the older adults, the seniors, they're not all that tech savvy. They don't use Twitter. They're not going to use Twitter. They want to be able to sit in their easy chair in their family room, and I don't blame them, and turn on their flat screen and watch a show that way. And of course, the younger viewers know that you can AirPlay from your phone or your computer to your flat screen, but that's a lot of work for a lot of older people. They want the convenience of just being able to turn on the TV and go to a particular channel and watch their favorite show. The fake news industrial complex is extremely furious, however, because Twitter drives the news cycle to a large extent, and most supposed journalists love to be on Twitter because it just feeds their narcissism. So Chris Hayes over there at MSNBC says, kind of fitting, because Elon's goal for this site has always been to turn it into the next Fox News. Oh, it's going to be way better than his show on Fox News, Chris. This clown from Media Matters, the George Soros-funded smear machine, which has been leaking the secret recordings of Tucker, which has only been making him look cooler, says that Tucker Carlson is taking on his final form as an Alex Jones-style crank, just with better production values, thanks to the support of one of the richest men on Earth. Which shows how much this moron knows about anything, because Alex Jones has the best production value of any media organization anywhere. I mean, just take a look at this incredible set. But he is right in a sense, because now Tucker will be able to go full Alex Jones without the controls of Fox News trying to keep him down. And Alex felt that it was safe now to release this photo showing the two hanging out over the Thanksgiving holiday just last year. But only an old school Alex Jones fan like myself would know that Tucker has already done an interview with Alex Jones. In fact, he's been in studio in the InfoWars Command Center. This is a lost interview from 2014, and it is real because Alex Jones got banned from YouTube, so all of the interviews got dumped down the memory hole, but somebody did save it, and here's Tucker sitting down at Alex's desk talking about all things media back almost a decade ago.
Tucker Carlson is here with us. We're honored to have him. DailyCaller.com. You've heard my little intro rant here. What is your take on the situation in the Ukraine right now?
But my take, first of all, thanks a lot for having me.
That's great having you, man.
Yeah, I was in Austin. I've always wanted to meet you. And
You're down here hunting?
Yes, I'm here boar hunting.
And I can't wait for him to return because Fox News prevents their hosts and contributors from actually doing interviews on other networks and other podcasts. They have to go and get them approved. So once Tucker is free from all of the constraints, who knows what's going to happen? Brian Stelter will probably have a heart attack once Alex Jones and Tucker Carlson reunite to break the internet. In fact, here's little Brian on NBC News, nothing but crap, complaining about Tucker's return to Twitter.
Okay, well, listen, Twitter was already under fire from misinformation, disinformation, all-out lies, anti-Semitism, racism, before Elon Musk took over, and now it's gotten kind of crazy, right? Seemingly unmoored, if you will. Will anybody be able to police what Carlson says, or is this the point? It's just a free-for-all.
I think this is the point. It is a free-for-all. It's what Elon Musk wants to provide. This move by Tucker may cement the idea of Twitter as a right-wing website, and we see some users try to go after other sites instead. Maybe folks who don't want to be a part of that party go off trying to launch other parties elsewhere. But Carlson, he is a prominent figure. He can bring a lot of content. What he cannot do is make $20 million a year the way he was making at Fox.
Well, like the Joker said, it's not about the money, it's about the message. And the message is coming soon. And there's nothing anybody can do to stop it. Things have gotten so crazy in our backwards, upside down, idiocracy, Twilight Zone crossover of a society that never in a million years, never in a billion years would I have thought that I would ever say what I am about to say to you now. But I want you to post on social media and send out a group text to everybody you know who watches Fox News and tell them to tune in to CNN tonight during Tucker Carlson's old time slot, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 Central. And no, I'm not completely insane. There's a method to the madness. Donald Trump is holding a live town hall, seriously, on CNN. And if we can get all of the remaining viewers who still are watching Fox News to come and watch Donald Trump live on CNN, we might be able to dip Fox's numbers under 1 million viewers for the first time in decades. That's right, Trump Forum, a big test for CNN, moderated by Caitlin Collins. Tonight, a town hall event on CNN. I know, I can't believe it. In case you haven't heard, the network is under new ownership. And for some idiotic reason, they think that they're going to be able to rehabilitate the brand into a semi-respectable news network, which would be like trying to rehabilitate Jussie Smollett's image. But the enemy of our enemy is our friend, at least for tonight. So tell every Fox News viewer you know that Donald Trump is going to be live at 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 Central. And what do you think of my new Wanted for President shirt? Order yours from my online store at markdice.com or click the link in the description below. Obviously, since they didn't release a mugshot, I had one mocked up, and I made it look like an old-fashioned Western wanted poster with that cool distressed look. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below and check it out.